Hey and welcome to the Mom Boss Method podcast. I hope you are okay and that you are surviving the summer holidays. I am just back from an 18-day holiday myself. We went to France. It was awesome. And part of the thing that I want to talk to you about actually today is a reset week. So as I said, I was away for 18 days. I was super present. We had loads of fun. I played in the pool with my son and my nephews. We went out for lovely dinners. We went kayaking. We did amazing things. And, you know, in the past, holidays, even up till a few years ago, I would say, holidays were something that I really dreaded because I just found them to be so all or nothing. I would really restrict before I went, and then I'd go all out while I was there, and then I would come back and I would just feel bloated and awful and disgusting. And I was really determined not to do that this year. And so whilst I didn't deny myself anything, if I wanted an ice cream, I had an ice cream. I had a croissant every day. I also got my steps in. I did 5 or 6 training sessions across the 18 days. I went for one run. That was hard going. But I did definitely, so I stayed really active, but I definitely ate and drank more than I would normally do. And I moved less, even though I got my steps in. I reduced my step target a little bit. I still got my steps in. I still moved, but I definitely moved less than I normally would. And I knew that I would come back and I would feel a little bit sluggish and a little bit, and I would feel definitely out of routine. And I really wanted to make sure that I got back into my normal routine and feeling great as quickly as possible. So what I implemented this week, and I told myself I was implementing before I even got home, was a reset week starting from Monday. So as I'm recording this, it's Wednesday, I'm 3 days in. So I thought I would talk to you about what a reset week is, how I approach them, and talk to you about how I can help you with your own reset week. So before we even came back, I knew that we would be late back on Sunday, and actually we got back later than we had planned to because of the Eurotunnel and traffic and all sorts. So before I even got back, I think I did this Thursday, the Thursday before we came home, I did an online food shop to be delivered first thing Monday morning, so that I knew that we had, apart from a few bare essentials that we would need to pop round the corner for, we would have food from 7 a.m. on Monday morning. And so that was the first thing that I did. And then I decided on what my reset week would look like. Now, I just want to make this really clear that this reset week is not about trying to lose loads of holiday weight really quickly. You know how I feel about trying to do things really quickly. It's over restrictive, it doesn't work, and you end up just giving up anyway. But doing a reset week is great for getting back from holiday, or when things have just gone a little bit all over the place. So at the end of the school holidays, even sometimes the end of a 1 week half term, a reset week is really great. But they're great for just getting you back into routine and setting yourself some boundaries and some structure. Because as I said, the point of them is not to speed up weight loss or to kickstart the process, but instead to get yourself into that routine with no excuses. So I'm going to share with you what what I'm doing. I've been sharing this on my social media as well this week, so feel free to jump on my socials and have a look as well. So the first thing is that I am not weighing myself until next Monday. Let me tell you why. So we know that the scales are not an accurate measure of fat loss week on week, and that's because they fluctuate, and there are many reasons for them fluctuating. Now, I've already told you that I definitely ate a bit more than I would have done normally. I definitely drank more than what I would do normally whilst I was away. I also didn't move as much, and on Sunday we travelled for about 10 hours in the car, and my lunch was a Starbucks toastie, and then dinner was a tuna pasta salad when I got home. So there was a lot of sitting around in the car. There was not very much movement. There was a lot of carbs. There would have been a lot of water retention and also just volume of food. So standing on the scales immediately as soon as I came back from holiday, that's not going to be a good idea. Even though my brain knows the truth that those scales are not accurate, I know that for my mindset it's not going to do me any good. So I'm not weighing myself until Monday, and what is the date on Monday? It's the 28th, I think. Okay, next I need to up my nutrient intake. So as I said, I ate a croissant at least one a day. I ate loads of bread because the bread in France is amazing. It's fresh from the bakers every day. I had wine or beer most days, and really surprisingly I had less veggies than normal. So I normally get at least 6 fruit and veggies every day, and I found it a bit of a struggle to do that. It was easier when we were cooking at home, but in the restaurants I just didn't feel like there was a huge amount of vegetables with our food. So my aim for the next week is that I will be having between 6 and 8 portions of fruit and veggies every day, and so far I've hit 8 every day. That will increase my nutrients, that will give me energy, and also fruit and veggies are relatively low in calories for the volume of food that you have, so I know it will also help keep me full up and satiated. So the third thing that I'm doing is that I know I will be more hungry this week, and that's down to a couple of things. So on holiday I was kind of used to eating when I felt like it. We tended to have quite a big late breakfast brunch, and then I might have a few snacks during the afternoon, and then we would have dinner. But I was used to just kind of eating, every time I went in the kitchen for a top up of water, I might snack on something that was on the side. I also know, so I'm used to eating bigger volumes of food, and I also know that, and I have felt that I would be more tired. Why am I more tired? I've just had an 18-day break. Well, travelling for 10 hours on Sunday was really tiring. I haven't slept as well since getting back from holiday. And also I'm back at setting my alarm early, whereas I was just allowing myself to wake up on holiday. So I know I'll be tired, and that also drives hunger levels up. So I want to make sure that I eat at least 120 grams of protein every day to keep me satiated and full, and to stop me snacking. Okay, number 4 is that I want to make sure I get a minimum of 12k steps per day. That makes me want to look at where I am now. So I'm at 9,723 right now. So I just need to get just in over 2,000 before the end of the day. 12,000 steps is about my average, depending on the day, depending on what I'm doing. But I also want to make sure that those 12k steps are coming from at least 2 dog walks a day. So that's my minimum 12 steps. And then number 5 is at least 4 gym training sessions in this week. So I've got those all scheduled in. I went Monday, Tuesday, I'll go Thursday and Saturday, and then I've got a spinning class on Friday. So I've got them booked in. And then number 6 and 7 are about sleep. So number 6, I want to be in bed by 9:30 p.m, give myself 30 minutes for reading, and lights out by 10 p.m. So there's a few reasons for this. I read loads on holiday, and I'm finishing a really good book that I didn't finish on holiday. But I know that reading helps me to wind down. It helps me to get sleepy. And I knew that coming back, my sleep would probably suffer a little bit. So that 30 minutes of reading, not looking at my phone or the TV, just allows me to wind down and relax. Last night I was asleep before 10 p.m. I was exhausted. And then number 7 is that I am getting up at 5:15 a.m. every day. Now my normal wake up time is 6 a.m. But I'm often awake before 6 a.m. I always used to get up at 5, recently changed that, and I'm going back to 5:15. And one of my clients today said to me, why have you changed your get up time again? And I knew that this week would be really busy because I've got work to catch up on. I've got big goals that I want to achieve with work. It's still the summer holidays, so I knew Charlie would want driving around. Just before starting to record this podcast, he's texted me to say, can I come and get him? So I knew that there would be that. I want to see my best friend and her new baby, because I only saw her, the day after she was born. So I've missed like 3 weeks of her life. I need to get my nails done because they are a state. So I've got things that I want to do, as well as working on my business and making sure that my clients are okay, and doing, the 1,047 wash loads that a holiday of 18 days brings, and all of that stuff. So I've been getting up at 5:15 to get a couple of hours work in before anyone else in the house is up, and before I then go off and walk the dog, and before anyone else needs me, whether it be someone in the house or my clients or anything like that. So setting my alarm and getting up. Now, the biggest thing that it's important to tell you about this reset week is that I have allowed myself absolutely no excuses. There's no excuses, okay? And not that I make loads of excuses in my normal life, but, for example, this morning, I think I must have got up for the toilet about an hour and a half before my alarm went off. So when the alarm went off, I felt the sleep inertia really harshly, and it would have been so easy for me to just turn off that alarm and turn over and go back to sleep. But I have committed to getting up at 5:15 a.m. So I didn't do that. I got straight up, and I actually counted from 5 to 1, and then I got up and made myself a strong coffee. Because I know that if I give myself excuses of, oh, well, it's your first week back from holiday, maybe you need a lie-in, or maybe skip today's workout, then it will just be harder to get back to my routine anyway. The things I'm telling you, the steps I'm taking, are not hugely different to what I would do every day anyway, apart from maybe the getting up time, and probably the fruit and veg as well. I don't say I have to get up to 8. Oh, my minimum is 6, and if I get more than that, it's great. But sometimes if I only have 110 grams of protein, it's okay. Or if I stay up a little bit later, it's okay. This week there are no excuses. I'm doing these things, I'm ticking those boxes. Okay, so as I said, at the point of recording this, it's only day 3. It's 3 o'clock on day 3, but I just want to tell you how I feel so far. So getting back into my routine has been so much easier because I've just done it. I've gone straight in instead of easing back in. So actually all of the actions I'm taking don't feel hard because I've, like I said, not given myself any excuses. So I feel amazing for doing that. I've been really productive. So that 2 hours in the morning, I was again explaining this to a client this morning, that 2 hours in the morning has been so useful because, you know, when I start my work day, I might have clients to message, social media to do, you know, phone calls, coaching calls, and then finding those, you know, that time to do stuff just gets put off and put off and put off. So I've been really productive. I've done loads of work before 7:30 every morning. I tend to hit a tired spot between 3 and 4 p.m. Every day. That's quite normal for me. That's a normal time for me to just hit a little tired spot. I felt it quite severely yesterday, so Tuesday. What have I done about that? Well, I have pre-prepared some snacks for my little 3 p.m. slump so that I don't reach for caffeine and biscuits. Now, I wouldn't normally reach for caffeine after about 1 or 2 o'clock anyway, but if I wasn't allowing myself, you know, if I was allowing myself excuses, I might say, oh, well, you're just back from holiday, so it's okay. But no caffeine, no biscuits. I'm having a really nice snack. I bought some really lovely strawberries and I'm cutting up some strawberries and then having some other fruit in a little bowl, bring it back to my desk and I eat it today. I've got strawberries and banana. I'm definitely feeling less bloated. I could really feel that on Sunday and Monday after spending the whole day in the car on Sunday and eating nothing but sandwiches and pasta all day when we were travelling. I felt so bloated, so I definitely feel less bloated. And I'm also absolutely loving my gym sessions. So it was almost like having a bit of a break from the gym has been amazing for me. And also I started a new program this week as well, so I'm really loving that, although my legs are killing me today to the point where walking the dog was difficult, so I'm not loving the DOMs. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, that's how I'm feeling. Now, when it comes to your reset weeks, they don't need to look like mine. They need to work for you. But what I do recommend is that you, 1, give yourself some structure, and 2, you make it easy for yourself. So I've given myself some structure in terms of those 7 things that I'm going to stick to. How have I made it easy for myself? Well, you know, in terms of those 7 things, you know, not weighing myself, that's fine. I don't need to weigh myself. I don't need to make that any easier. I'm not going to. In terms of upping my nutrient intakes and my fruit and veg, in terms of my protein, I have planned all my meals. I've tracked them all already. As I said, I'd done the shopping before we even got home. Where I can, I'm pre-preparing stuff. You know, tonight's dinner is a really easy dinner because it's Wednesday. I coach my clients on Wednesday nights. I knew I would be taking Charlie here, there and everywhere today. So we are having jacket potato with prawns and salad. So I can literally whack those in the oven at about 4:30. Like I said, you know, 12k steps a day is fairly doable for me most days. The days that I struggle with it a little bit are Wednesdays and Sundays because I don't go to the gym. That's fine. I've planned in slightly longer walks. I've planned in all of my gym sessions, so I know exactly when I'm going. And in terms of bedtime and getting up time, I've planned in those bedtimes. The only time I might struggle is tonight, because my client call finishes at 9:30, and I do find it a little bit difficult to kind of wind down straight after a client call. I can never go to sleep straight away, so my reading will help there. And then getting up at 5:15, you know, like I said this morning, it would have been so easy for me to hit the snooze button, just go back to sleep. Not hit the snooze, I don't snooze, just go back to sleep. But I planned working. I knew exactly what I wanted to do in my couple of hours this morning. And so I knew that if I didn't get up, I was going to be on the back foot. I've also been prepping my snacks, and I've known exactly what all of my lunches are all week. So I'm on a prawn thing at the moment. So I've got either prawn, salmon or tuna in wholemeal pitters with loads and loads of salad all week. And then today I had a veggie omelette. So that was nice. And as I said, I'm not allowing myself any excuses. So that's what I'm doing. That's how it's made me feel so far. And what I want to let you know is that on Monday the 4th of September, so just in time for the kids to go back to school, I'm running another 5-day reset completely free. So if you want to come and have 5 days of no excuses, of learning habits that are going to help you to lose weight, to be healthy, to prioritise your self-care, if you want a bit of accountability and support from me, then I would love for you to join me on that. I'm going to pop the link on in the show notes. You can also find that link all over my social media. So come and join me for a five-day free reset. That was easier said than done, wasn't it? Where I'm going to teach you the habits and principles that my clients use to help them to prioritise themselves and to lose weight. So this is great to do at the end of the summer holidays. You're a bit frazzled, you may be feeling a bit sluggish. Let's get you walking into autumn feeling fresh. So check out the link in the show notes. I would love to have you there, or come and find me on my social media, Instagram, LinkedIn or Facebook, and all of the links are in the show notes as well, and you'll find the link there. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I've enjoyed talking about my reset. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.